Hello and welcome to gaming and welcome to another UFL update video. So a video was posted to the UFL channel and it is their UFL Journey Episode 1 Stadiums. Now this is kind of like a behind the scenes of the dev team, showing you exactly how they are building this game. And if you're interested in game development, it's certainly worth a watch. I'm not sure how much we learned for the fans or the people that are expecting to play this game. They did show off an awful lot of how the stadiums were made, including the crowds, the staff and the personnel such as the firefighters and the police. They also showed off how the lighting is done in these games so that we can see every aspect of what is in the stadium. There was a segment breaking down how crowds are built in stadiums in these games. So as I say, if you're interested in this kind of thing from a game development standpoint, it's a very interesting watch, and it's really cool that Strikers Inc. have done this to invite the audience in and see how the game's being developed. Of course, I'm assuming every episode is going to focus on a different department, so going across the whole series, this will be a really good in-depth look into how UFL is made. So we get to meet a lot of the different developers of the game, from the art department, the 3D modeling, the guys that are building the stadiums in the game, and across the whole episode we talked to them at different points. One of the key things from the actual stadium section was that how they're trying to make this game unique compared to the competitors in the football simulator market. There was a big breakdown about how the flags are very uniquely done in the UFL as opposed to some of their competitors. There's a little bit of a jab in there without naming names. Apparently in one of the competitors' games they are basically just like pasted on, whereas in UFL they do have a lot of texture to them. In fact, it sounded like they've gone a little bit overboard with certain areas of the design, things that you aren't really going to necessarily pick up on. One of the guys was saying how like you need to have a real good detail, a real good eye for detail, and I don't know if that's like wasting time and resources or just really cool. I guess we'll see in the final product. As I said, they do show you how the crowds are done, which I thought was quite interesting to see exactly how this is done in video games. They show you kind of in the design suite how it's all broken down and segmented up. And they detail how you can have like the home support in the main area of the stadium, and then you've got the away section. And they show you how they can cycle through and add them in and things like that, and I thought that was quite interesting. One thing that I did pick up on was how they can individually swap out members of the crowd or the police or the staff. They can cycle through different models so that they don't have the same models in a similar area, and that's the thing that you do notice in other sports franchise games, is that when you look at the crowd you go sort of 1, 2, 3 along and then it's the same model again, and I thought that was quite a unique thing that they are implementing in UFL. It was noticeable how some of the guys that were speaking were discussing how they've been working on the game. I think one said for 4 years, so I had a look into it, and it seems that Strikers Inc. was created in 2016, so that has me thinking, has this game been in development for 6 years? That's an awfully long development cycle. Of course, they are an indie studio and they've had to build this up from the ground without significant backing, but you know, that is quite a long time, certainly for a sports game as well.
Having watched the development update video from a couple of days ago as well, it was announced that the game is now launching in 2023, which means this game will have had a development cycle of 7 years once it launches. And I'm sure that the game has really evolved throughout those years in its development.
So I'm not going to break down absolutely everything that was in the video. It was quite a long video, about 23 minutes, but I do think it was an interesting watch. Certainly, as I say, if you're into how games are made. It will be interesting to see what the second episode is going to be and what aspect of the game they're going to feature on. We have seen little bits of gameplay in other videos, but this seems like a separate series. Of course, we've had the UFL Insider episodes, and now these are the UFL Journey episodes. It seems to have got a positive reaction in the comments. A lot of people really excited that they're being allowed to see how the game's been made and let into the background. And they're saying that the developers are being very open and transparent, which they are, inviting us into this stage of the development. So I want to know what you guys thought of this video, of the UFL Journey, the Stadiums episode. Let me know in the comments below. I just thought I'd do a quick video just discussing some of the things that were said or shown in this episode. But like I say, it's quite a long one. It's one that really you need to watch yourself to see everything that's in it. I wish I had more things to say about it, but it's kind of out of my expertise. I'm not into game development and I don't really know much about that side of things. I'm just like you guys, I play games and I can give my opinions on that side of things, whether it be gameplay or how the game looks. That's usually like my wheelhouse, but the actual game development side, I've got very little idea. But let me know what you think. Do you like this presentation that UFL gave us? I think it's pretty cool and I'm looking forward to seeing more episodes. I'll see you guys in the next video.